Hello everybody, today is July 8th, 2024. I'm gonna mention some of the names that I mentioned yesterday and add some others that I'm also keeping an eye on. It's a total of 11 different names. Anyways, I am a swing trader, day trader. I base my analysis on the one-day chart, and my entries are based on shorter time frames, where if it's the 1 minute, 5, 15 or whatnot. This is not financial advice. This is just for informational purposes. If you are thinking about investing, just do your own due diligence, do your own homework, and then make your own decisions. If you find utility on these videos, please subscribe and give us a like. And other than that, let's start. So I mentioned AMD yesterday. And I was, I guess, saying that we could actually go to 180. I think 180 is very possible. Now I'm thinking 200 could be on the table right now. So this is a very, very nice setup. It actually worked out on Friday. Now Monday, we are here. We were up almost 5%. On the 1 minute chart, it was a little bit choppy in the beginning, but then you had this very nice rally somewhere around the middle, no, actually around 8 or almost 9 a.m. California time. So there's where we are with AMD. I really like this name. I think this resistance level at 180 is probably going to get broken. I really see a lot of momentum going on here. And there were some actual good news for AMD last week. So I think there's a nice amount of enthusiasm coming into AMD right now. Amazon. I mentioned Amazon as well yesterday. And I think we're still here at this resistance level. We have to mount for a continuation. What I was saying yesterday is that I like this name a lot right now. What I also like to see is more consolidation in this area. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think we do still have a good opportunity to keep going up. What I like about it is that today was pretty much flat. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. It started with some momentum and then it totally lost that momentum. It went down under this resistance level, which is 200, and then it was bouncing and then it just totally collapsed. Kind of came back a little bit on the back of the day, at the end of the day, but I still like what I'm seeing here. So there's definitely an opportunity. I don't have any positions on Amazon right now, but I'm definitely considering entering on Amazon once I start seeing this resistance level being broken with a little bit more momentum. I did some day trading today and it was kind of fun. Celsius, this is still going down. Did I mention this yesterday? I didn't, but I guess my thesis here on Celsius is just I would just wait. I think it makes now kind of sense to think that we can go down to the 48 level. This was a total catastrophe. I'm not sure what happened to this name, to be honest. As I mentioned before, I did buy some puts on this green candle right here, and then I sold the next day. I was up 700%, but little that I knew this was going to continue going down. I normally sell on these kind of candles because I'm like, well, this is pretty dramatic already, but I guess I was short-sighted on the rest of the setup, which is the MACD and the TSI were pretty cut up, so there was more room. Now, if I want to take a look at what is happening right now, it failed to break last Monday this level right here at 61, and now we're coming down again. It was up, it was actually down 2% today. The TSI is already looking pretty weak. The RSI is not oversold yet, so we might see a couple of red days coming up. Again, I would like to go to be bullish on Celsius just because it's a little bit exhausted on this area, and you have a pretty solid support right here So I'll just wait and see how close we get to 70, to 48, and see how it behaves in this area right here. But it just doesn't look good. Unfortunate that, well, or fortunately, some people actually entered somewhere around here too and took this whole move. It's fantastic. But to be honest, I just want to see what happens on the 48 level and see if it moves back up. Another name that I haven't mentioned in a while is Carvana. What I'm seeing on Carvana is now there's a couple of things going on. This week we do have CPI and some data coming that might influence the reaction on these levels right here on Carvana. If interest becomes high, or not interest, I'm sorry, inflation comes up high, we're definitely going to see a move to the downside. But I doubt we're coming higher. I could be wrong, but I think we're going to come either in line or slightly under. But what I think our Carvana is, we can see a move towards 111. I like what I'm seeing right now. I like what I see on the MACD and the TSI, RSI. They're looking pretty good for a downtrend. I think it's risky considering that CPI is coming. So an entry for now would be on hold. But you still have a lot of room to the downside. You have room actually to 90. And you feel this gap right here. But we'll see. I like Carvana right now. We have some data coming up this week. I think we have data coming on Thursday. We have data coming on Friday. So we have CPI and PPI coming up, and that is definitely a catalyst that could make a move or not. So we'll see. I like Carvana. I'm just gonna be cautious. I'm gonna be cautious this whole week. I mentioned this DELL yesterday. So we have this pennant right here. We're going up. Let me see. There we go. I think what I was mentioning yesterday is that this was getting pretty tight. Now we're seeing this. I did draw this today for myself, and well, now we're here. And I did post this on X as well. I like what I'm seeing on the MACD, TSI, RSI. The MACD and the TSI are pretty neutral, kind of like going a little bit towards in an upwards momentum. The MACD and the TSI line are very much parallel or at the same level as the signal line, and I like seeing that. We still have very little liquidity on this area right here where this gap was. We still have to feel the rest of this earnings gap. I think we might see a move today. There was up 5%, so it was a pretty good day. I didn't enter on this. I was on DELL on this area right here, and then I got out. But I like seeing this. I might actually buy some calls, and they will probably be mid-August and end of August calls for DELL. I like the setup. I like what I'm seeing, and this might actually work out. What else do I have? DELL, ENPH. ENPH. I also like ENPH over here. So it bounced from the 95 support level. So we had 2 days here. Then we have a little bit of volume coming, not as much as what we had before. But what I think is going to happen, and today was almost 6% up, we just have to look at this resistance level right here, 106. By the time we get here, you're going to see the MACD and the TSI telling you basically what is the next story on this. We do have a very nice gap right here as well. Another thing coming up, we have earnings in a couple of weeks. So this would be, for me, if I enter on this, as a 2 or 3 day swing, just to catch the move, if we mount this, the move on 106 towards this gap. And it would be the move from this resistance level to the 35 SMA. That would be basically what I would do. So I like what I'm seeing. I like the MACD, the TSI, RSI, they're looking great. I like what the candles are telling you. They're everything is working that way. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think I mentioned what my thoughts. Yeah, I think on Wednesday, or I did post something on Thursday on 4th of July, saying that, mentioning this rebound right here, and I guess the only thing I put was like, well, Friday would tell us a better story, which I was a little bit disappointed on price action on Friday, but today we're just moving up. This is looking really good, but I'm not doing anything until I see this resistance level broken, mounted on the way up. And again, you'll see better the RSI and the TSI behavior, and that would also help you out, or would help me out, I guess, decide if I am entering this position or not. There's actually a lot of really good stuff going on. And I mentioned Intel yesterday, and well, today went up 6.6%, a little bit over 6%. Now we're mounting. I think what I mentioned yesterday was like, keep an eye on the resistance right here, and then also keep an eye on the SMA 35. Well, we went through both of them right now. This gap is about to be filled, probably tomorrow, we'll see. And now you have a continuation towards the 200 EMA. That's what I want to see. I really like this setup. To be honest, let's go to the 1 minute. I really wanted to get in this, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. I slept in today, and by the time I was looking at some names, it was already like 6:30. So I got in my computer when market opened, and I felt like I was already behind. So I don't like to trade like that, and for that reason I just didn't trade. But later on the day, I did have some. I went short on Kava for a few minutes. I went long on Palantir. Both of those trades worked out, and then I went short for a little bit on Rivian. So those 3 trades actually worked out. Another name that I mentioned yesterday, keep an eye on this thing, is Moderna. This looks good. 200 EMA right here, just still bouncing on this. That is good. MACD and TSI are actually starting to move down again a little bit. That is problematic. So what I want to see is this curling with a little bit more momentum, or I would like to see a more dramatic move up. But for now, I think it's fine. Actually, if this breaks this level right here on the SMA. Wait a second. Take a look at this. Look at this thing. Boom, boom, boom. We're going back. Okay, so you have this level right here from 2022, and look at this. So it was support right here, support, it went up, then it went down, it was support again, broke resistance for a while, went down, it's been resistance for quite a few times, and then we're back here. So it broke this, went up, and now we are at support again. Let's see the behavior on this. Yeah, I would expect this is interesting. So it would be nice seeing this moving up, but if it also breaks, there might be an opportunity somewhere in this area. But I wanna think that we might rebound on this area, considering that you have the 200 EMA and this level right here pretty much at the same price point. So I like it. One of the things that gives me a little bit of a caution sign is this, the MACD and the TSI, they are not moving the way I would like to. The RSI is also pointing down. So I'll give it a few more days, but it was pretty interesting that I use that you can see this level. That is, you can actually go back to May of 2022. Can you go? Ooh, look at this. So you have this level right here. that actually goes back. Let's use this date right here. Yeah. So you're back from 2021. This is a pretty strong level right here. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on this. I really like this fucking name right now, to be honest. So Moderna, put it on your watch list. Nike. Did I mention Nike yesterday? I did with Netflix. Let's take a look at Netflix really quick. Where is Netflix? Okay, Netflix is flat. I like that too. Okay, Netflix. No, Nike. I love this. One of the things that I was saying yesterday is like the similarity on this with, let's say, Roblox, which I'm going to mention next, Shopify, and some other names, and even DELL, that they have CRM as well. They had this gap, and now you're going up again. Well, in the case of Nike, this thing continues to go down. Over 3% down today. I think is great. One of the things that I was mentioning yesterday is like I want to see this just keep going down, because then you have a higher divergence between the sign lines and the MACD line or the TSA line, and now you have like the RSI is very oversold. You're aware, 20, under 20. When was the last time we were here? So it was here. So last time you were at this level on the RSI was back in 2023, and what happened? Well, you have earnings right after that, and then you had this massive move. Pretty interesting. If we go back in the past, what is this? I bet this wasn't COVID. You have this and another move, but that came with earnings. Now you had this drama going on here with Nike right here and after earnings. So that's interesting. I like this. I like these moves that continue going down. And I would welcome a few more days on the way down. It's just a game of patience right now. I love it. I really like it. Roblox. Now, keep an eye on this chart, Nike chart. And now we're going to go to Roblox. And the reason why I want to mention Roblox is because I was talking about this name somewhere around here. So it was on May 27th, actually. Where are you? Roblox right here. So I mentioned this on May 28th, or May 27th, May 28th. And here you are, Roblox. So let's go back to May 28th. 28. So you were right here. And what was I saying is that, well, you have low liquidity. You have this nice setup, which is not very dramatic on the MACD and the TSI. The RSI is already crossing the signal line as well. And then what happened? You just kept going up and up and up and up. And now this gap is completely filled. This was a beautiful, beautiful setup. I think I got some candles right here. I bought some calls. But again, I trade in a very paranoid way. Sometimes when I see this kind of stuff, it makes me question myself, but I'm good with that, at least for now. And but I wanted to mention that Nike might have something like this going on. And again, if we go back to Nike, we have this gap right here. Earnings are not coming until September. And that was another thing that I was mentioning about Roblox. Well, you have a lot of time for the next earnings call. So this thing is going to keep going up. There is no liquidity here in this area, or there was no liquidity over here. So it made a lot of sense to me just to get into it and to recommend this or mention this name. So Roblox are here. I don't think I'm going to mention Roblox in a while unless this start getting very extended, and then I'm probably going to mention this for a short opportunity. But for now, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm happy that I mentioned this back in May. And now right on this candle right here, and now we're all the way up here. So that's pretty cool. I have one last name. I want to do Tesla too. Let's add Tesla to this. But I have AT&T before Tesla. I like AT&T to the downside, actually. I do. Options or contracts are not very expensive. I think there's opportunity here. I would be a little bit more patient. I don't like how the MACD and the RSI and the TSI are working right now. Maybe it would be nice to see a little bit of a move to the upside. That'd be great. But I think there is room here to go short. Let's see what levels do we have. I didn't even put levels on this thing. Huh. So that's interesting. We have this. I do believe that we have definitely room for AT&T. And I was looking at this a couple of days back or last week, and what I was thinking was to enter somewhere around here, but I don't like to rush. Every time I rush, most of the times, I end up losing money, or I sell on, at 0%. So in other words, flat. So right now, what I'm thinking is just let it play. I like AT&T. Now, Tesla. This is wild. I love saying this. I have Tesla shares, so I'm biased on Tesla. But a couple of things that worry me a little bit is how extended Tesla is. And you can see a little bit of I think you might have a few more days of green. When we were on this candle right here, or somewhere, I was saying, expect some red candles. Well, I was pretty wrong. But that is, I guess, normal if you have been following Tesla for a while. It is pretty difficult to predict, even though sometimes things play out the way you think they might play out. And I was talking about Tesla somewhere in this area when it was flat, and then we had this very nice setup, and then it just went the hell up. I think there is a lot of enthusiasm for Tesla. There is a lot of volume. A lot of people are trading Tesla right now. There might be a lot of FOMO. I also, as some of you know, there were a lot of hedge funds that went short right before the announcement of I think the robotaxi event or some stuff like that. And what happened after that is that they got squeezed a little bit. Well, not a little bit. Look at this. But I mean, at one point this has to cool down a little bit. I think we're already past the 250 psychological level. Back when we were here, I was also mentioning if you go over 200, which is another psychological level, you're just gonna run, and that's what happened. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, don't be surprised and you have another 3% or 4% day tomorrow. Even if it's I would say a 1.5% day tomorrow. That's a lot. So I like what I'm seeing on Tesla. I like the momentum and how enthusiastic people are getting on this. I think Tesla has a lot of potential for not only on cars and EV technology, but definitely has a lot of potential on the other projects that they have, which would be the robots and whatnot. Sorry for that. My dogs are in my office. Anyways, I like Tesla right here. Keep an eye on these levels right here, 165, and also keep an eye on this 250 area. We might come down. Who knows? I hedged a little bit. TSLL, which is a Tesla bull name. So I did go short on this just because, I mean, that the contracts are cheap, and I was like, well, why not? It kind of looks safe. But in reality, I'm rooting for Tesla to continue going up. Again, I do think it's going to have to need to breathe a little bit at one point. But other than that, this looks fantastic. I really like what I'm seeing. And if you actually cut this run right here and made a lot of money, I'm super happy for you. Anyways, that's all I have for today. And I will be back tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.